Hello, this is a presentation about the 21st Century Community Learning Centers. And I'm Kim Crane, and this presentation is set up in the who, what, when, where, why format. Let's start with what. What is the program? It is a special grant that was set up by the Every Child Succeed Act. And disadvantaged children from poor neighborhoods, high crime, high minoritized, and very low income schools populations were not providing a good basic education for the students that went there. And so learning communities was kind of like what more wealthier neighborhoods do, where they have students do all kinds of after school sports and activities and have special tutors and all kinds of opportunities to succeed. So some examples of activities that you'd find at a learning community center is before and after school tutoring, because this isn't to replace the school classroom, this is to supplement it. So it would be like during the summers or after schools, and there would be enrichment programs and field trips and all kinds of just camp and things for the community. It worked. It was great for for students because they get a broad array of enriching services, programs, and activities. Here you can see some elementary school kids working on a garden together and having tutoring. They get counseling programs, arts, music, physical fitness. And the whole idea is to improve their scores in math and reading, but to do so, you have to improve the life holistically for that child and their family. So, and this is through elementary to high school. So there would be career and technical programs, internships, apprenticeships, environmental or financial literacy, making connections and networking with the community at large. Parents also benefit because they get to have a safe place for their kids, and they can have active exercise for themselves, meaningful engagement with their children's education. They also can have programs to help them get a GED and improve their literacy. The learning communities had great impact. 70% of the children that participate improved in their grade level to be at grade level or even above. And they reported feeling an improved well-being, that there were more fitness and less instances of obesity. Their behaviors improved, where they had greater self-control, enhanced creativity, more connection with the community. Their interest in school was increased. They had more motivation and dedication. Their self-esteem was improved and greater self-efficacy, and overall a greater hope for their future. And their stress for them and their parents were greatly reduced. So the next question would be, why? I mean, this is important. The reason why is high poverty schools, composed mostly of students of color, were not providing the sound education for students. The poor neighborhoods had adverse out of school conditions. And when students are having high stress and lack of safety, it inhibited their learning and their potentials. It was definitely, and it was and is unequal, because the schools aren't providing adequate and educational resources and opportunities, or in those neighborhoods. And it's systemic because there's unhelpful policies with the state financing system. The recruitment and retention of teachers is problematic. Children and their families are not getting support, and those schools were not being held to good, accountable standards. But the 2015 Every Child Succeeds Act had a wonderful proponent named Nina M. Lowry, and she said, study after study confirms that after school programs help students learn while ensuring that children are safe and productive after the regular school day ends. And she was a strong advocate for women and children and a champion for education. She brought this small federal grant from a 1 million pilot program in 1996 all the way to a 1.25 billion program in 2020. It's now called the Nina M. Lowry 21st Century Community Learning Center, based on her support. I wanted to learn more, so I contacted my local Volusia County school board because the state level of the Department of Education was more busy, and it was much better going directly to my county because I was able to speak and interview Deidre Wittenberger. And this was very wonderful because she's in charge of the whole grant development program for the 21st Century Community Learning Centers in Volusia County. And with what she does is she oversees the grant application process so that she can help the schools apply and make sure that the T's are crossed and I's are dotted, that they have everything they need, and make sure all the reports are in and that the schools have copies of it. What she said to me was, unless you go to the school and see it in action, you don't really know the impact it's having on the kids. She went down there a few times and saw it in action. She just loved it. It was just amazing, and it was hard for her to put it in words, but what she saw one day was how the development of the children that started from being struggling readers to them becoming excited about reading, and how the teachers that they were retired teachers that were teaching them to read, they were just so supportive and in love with watching them learn. I recommend, if you're interested in an internship, to contact your local county school board and see what they have. I intend to work, be a volunteer. So the school, I have all the contact information of the schools that received the grant. So these are the 4 schools. So let's go to Ware, because those are the 4 schools. 3 of them are in Daytona Beach. Campbell Middle School, Westside Elementary School, Daytona Beach, Edith Stark, Turi T. Small, and DeLand, Edith Stark. So Edith Stark was awarded $330,776. The 21st Century Community Learning Centers award for Stark Elementary School, they use that money to start Stark's Nights Alive, although it's also in the morning and in the summers, but they call it Stark's Night Alive. And what they're doing is they're offering free for all the students and their families, free reading, math, science, and character education. They get to do learning projects and community service opportunities, recreation, PE, team sports, field studies. And the adults get learning literacy assistance and other special programs. So, and then each of the schools have their own things that they offer. Turi T. Small is going to become, they're remodeling it so that they can have natural light, open and collaborative spaces, and energy efficiency. And they're going to also have a space for medical and social services. So all the schools in have these, they have these wonderful programs for the students and their family. Campbell Night Alive, they've got reading, math, science, character education like the other schools, but they have homework assistance, computer lab access, they do team sports, and they do summer camp and teen zone. And Westside Elementary School, as you can see, there's lots of things. Like, look at what the adults have: open media, computer usage, computer training, GED, adult basic education. They also get to launder clothing, book clubs, aerobics. They can get special camps to help them on the test. They also have cheerleading and music, art, dance, and drama. And it's just a wonderful program. And as I mentioned, this program is to supplement the during non-school hours. It's like before school, they have tutoring and games, and after school in summers. Here's a sample schedule. This is from Turi T. Small. This is an after school program. So they alternate on the early days off with field trips or different kinds of activities. I'm very excited about this program, and I'm glad it's nationwide and in every county. You can check with the state Department of Education, but call up your local school board of your county and ask about it. And everybody's very excited. You can look it up and find what schools. I have in the reference pages. I have links and things to to the schools that are being awarded here in Florida, and all of this is accessible. All this information, any state, any county, it's all online. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.